Hi, and welcome back to Hockey Painter Daryl. I had to think about that because I'm looking at the hockeypainter.com, which is my website. And if you want to contact me at hockeypainter@gmail.com, you may. So today, as I continue on the I want to start off with this quote. I use quotes a lot when I was teaching, and I love quotes, so I'm going to kind of use this quote board. And this one is one I enjoy. It says, "To begin is easy, to persist is art," a German proverb. And I often think of that because it's very true. You know, when you start a painting, everybody is very excited. And then when you actually do it day in and day out, you see a lot of drudgery to it, and a lot of people stop. So that's the hard part, is to keep going once you've started. And that's what we're going to do today. And I also thought, there's a lot of videos on how to paint. And I don't know if you really can teach someone how to paint. It comes with a skill that you learn year after year after year, and a lot of trial and error. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint, let people watch me paint, and then I'll talk while I'm painting. If anything comes to mind that I want to share, I will do that. But I'm going to start off with where I was and what I accomplished since you last saw me. So as you can see, I've done quite a bit on the eye, and I'm very happy with the color. I'm very happy with what I've got so far, and I think it's very important when you start and stop to take a good look at it. I love the shadows. The one thing I'm going to change today, and I don't know how people can do one continuous sitting for a painting, because to me, the key is to start and stop. You've got to come back, look at it the next day, see what you like, see what you don't like, and that's a key. But I need this darkness here, okay, in here a little bit more defined, and that's going to be difficult. My head is directly over it, so I can see it very well. I like the shading, I like it, but it needs to be a little bit darker, and I'm going to make sure I don't get too much. But that's what I'm going to work on today. So I'm going to take my burnt umber and raw umber, the dark, and I'm going to go right to the corner of the eye here. And I had my wife look at it, and she likes it, so that's a key. She thinks it looks right, then I know that it's okay. So, this is dark here, and it has to be put in. Sometimes when you're working on the paint, it kind of gets a little muddy when you're on it, and it just doesn't, you want to get the darks and lights, but it just doesn't want to work. So I'm going to go back over here. I like this, and this is a lot darker. And that's a key. That's why I like this copy. Now I notice when you look through the camera and look down, this looks a little cockeyed, but when I'm sitting here, it's perfect. So if it looks a little strange from whatever angle you're watching it from, I am sorry about that. But this also has to change too. This is a little bit down, just like that. I know it's like a hair, and probably a lot of people wouldn't notice it, but I do. And if I notice it, it's got to be fixed. Very light. I'm doing this very light. Very light. That darkness looks good. Got a lot of feathering to do. This was dark over here. Yeah, it's funny when I'm painting, listen to music, which I can't, I kind of could now, but I don't know if there's like copyright and stuff, so I guess I'll leave that alone and not play stuff. It's kind of hard to go back and forth with my glasses, but I'm going to do it. It's kind of weird when you watch the videos, because a lot of the stuff that you don't really notice, but when someone's not painting, you're like, what are you looking at? So here I go. Now I'm going to blend this in with a soft brush, and hopefully that my paint is, and that's too wide, so that's got to go. Need something a little stronger. It'll work. Let's try this. So I've got a feather in this eye. Okay, like that. I'm going to fix my glasses. I think that might be too magnified. I do wear magnifying glasses. There we go. That's much better. Okay, so I want this feathered in. I don't know how dry everything is. That's working. Don't have to do too much. This is blended in over here, so I'm going to grab a little bit more here. Very little paint. Very little, but I see how dark this is. This is kind of like bugging me. I'm going to put this in here. There we go. I like that. That I like. As it comes down here, kind of comes out, curves. It's the little things. A good artist has good eyes. A great artist has great eyes. More is with the eyes than it is with your hand. You've got to see things, and little tiny detail means an awful lot, and I couldn't stress that more. So today I'm just using, kind of going back over with a very tiny brush, and I can't be too dark. I have to be very careful, but this is how it looks and how it looks to me. But it's important that you have to move on. You get to a point and say, okay, I've got that where I want it. I like that. And this is shadow, so it can't be like a... Okay, did it with a magic marker. Got to shade that. There we go, I like that. And there's a little bit more here. There it goes. So the paint is wet enough from the other day that it'll work just nicely. Just nicely. There it goes, a little more dark here. And again, not much when you go and do this. You know, sometimes you can rework something over and over and over, and I can't remember the painter, I think it was Picasso that said, you never really finish a painting, you just walk away. And there's times when you say, okay, I could probably spend so much time on this, but there comes a point you say, okay, I've done enough. I've done enough that I can do. Okay, so I'm doing this very lightly and blending it around. Now I really like that. I don't want it too dark, but I like how it comes across. That way I'm liking that. Now I've got to have, the only thing I need is here. It's a little darker under here, so I'm going to put under the glasses, I'm going to put just a little bit in here. This is just a little bit. Comes over here this way, down to the eye. So, the next time that you see me, I will have this eye finished. So I'm going to tell everybody to have a wonderful day. Don't forget to check out my website, hockeypainter.com. Have a great day, and thanks for joining me.